Listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But stuff. You're getting punched in the dick.
There needs to be more Street Shark references.
I say who?
That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Underqualified and Overcompensated Podcast. I am your host with the least most, always riding the line of mediocrity and shitbaggery, Rhodes. And to my left, your right, the proverbial Doctor Who, just saving the world one lovable hug at a time, Rico the Warbox. That's a dope-ass box.
It is. It's a great name.
I love it.
That's me, still coming live from my vacation paradise. Just stands picture right now.
It sounds like it.
And below us, always the power bottom of the century, reporting to you live from the underbelly of the Capitol building.
That's
sleeping
right.
soldiers behind you. Because
That's right.
Fuck accommodations, right?
That's right.
Firth.
It's me. It's Firth. I'm reporting live from the Capitol building. It's empty except for there's just sleeping soldiers everywhere.
No sleeping bags, no cots.
Nope, their body armor doesn't match their uniform because this is very clearly the National Guard, and we're gonna see what happens.
That means nothing. Mine doesn't match either.
It's true. They gave one of our new soldiers here the ACU knee pads, and they take up about a third of her lower body, and it is hilarious. It's very funny. But here I am.
Have gear for you. So here's an extra large knee pads, ACU pattern, and a extra small kit, even though you're a medium.
Yep. And we don't care if it doesn't fit you. So I will be here reporting live for you. So what's happening in DC? That's what my job is. You know, I care about our viewers and our listeners.
We're here for you, ladies and gentlemen. We out all the way from Germany.
We use the Uno credit card. I flew Ryanair all the way to DC. This show is not making money, and that's on you. All right, that's because you're not sharing. All right, you're not liking, and you're not subscribing.
Well, I mean, if they're watching,
boom, the trifecta.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But share it.
But share it with your friends.
Sharing?
Your friends need to be in on the I don't want to say the word revolution because it sounds bad, but the Uno force. Wait, everything sounds bad.
Everybody watch what they say.
See, the problem with sharing with their friends is that the people who watch this are our friends. And if they were to share with their friends, those people are already subscribed to the show.
Well, those people are already doing the show.
Yeah.
I believe our friends have friends outside of our circles. Invite your circles.
Yeah. Stop it. All right? Go outside this circle and hit the other circles and then have them subscribe.
Do all the circles.
Yeah. I want to hit like the Google circles. Is that still a thing? Remember that?
The Google
you remember
circles?
Google? Yeah, you don't remember Google circles? It was like their answer to Facebook.
Oh, no, I do remember that. That was extremely short-lived.
They held They held on to that shit. They were like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Oh, they did
sure.
it. It just didn't work.
No, of course not. Because, Facebook.
Yeah, no, the Facebook will be forever. Facebook is not going anywhere.
Oh,
ever.
And we'll get into that later in the show.
Oh, fun
notes.
So, basically, I have nothing besides comments and things to add.
So nothing's changed.
Yeah, I'm going to make a bad life choice. And Firth, take the lead.
Oh, thank you so much, Cody.
He has been hyped all week to do this episode.
I have been.
Which excites me in many ways.
On Fox News, getting all lit up.
No,
and
very little Fox News.
Very little Fox News.
Did you also see that Fox News fell to third behind CNN and MSNBC for the first time since like 2000?
I mean, you can only have so many top liberal channels.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Don't worry. The next 4 years will show us. All right.
Like that makes sense, actually.
Sure. Because they
CNN showed that a lot of Republicans no longer consider Fox News as a conservative news source, so now they're branching out to other news sources.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the new kid on the block in terms of liberal news.
Which they're still not. It's rough. Would you consider Tucker Carlson liberal news?
I have it right here on my notes. It says fair and balanced. Okay? It says it right here on my notebook.
Yeah, it also says it on their fucking page. That's their motto.
Oh, that's actually where I sourced it from. Okay, I'll cross that out. Hold on, I'll cross that out.
Yeah, it says America's top news. Oh, that's actually
just set it up on Facebook and see if they fact check it.
Oh God,
Fox News is the best news ever.
Like, not a legitimate article.
This is actually against community guidelines.
Mark says no. All right. So, may I take the lead on this episode, gentlemen?
Please.
Go for it.
Great.
I was going to say, please do so, but yep.
Yep. Famous last words.
I'm super hesitant.
All right, gentlemen. I'm going to start
at the end of our show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to start at the top of my list. So, President Trump impeached twice.
Yeah.
He is the first
only
president.
Losers get impeached once.
Yes, suck it, Clinton. All right. So you think you got gain here, Andrew Johnson? Huh? You think you can play in this playground? Huh? You got Andrew Johnson and Bill Clinton over here, but Donnie Trump's over here being like, deuces, brother.
Twice.
I'm so good at it twice.
He got out of office.
All right. So Donnie Trump.
That's when they really want to fire you.
Donnie Trump.
When they fire you after you leave, when you're like, I'm leaving, they're like, you're fired.
We're gonna get into that. We're about to get into this. Okay. So Donald Trump
go for it.
He was impeached twice now by the House. All right.
Yep.
That's dose in Spanish.
What are your? It's true. It's spy in German. Don't ask me why. I know that because here I am in the United States of America in the Capitol building.
Somewhere near Germany.
I would like to know both of your opinion on learning that Donald Trump was impeached again because of this.
I'm not surprised, and I'm for me personally, I'm kind of half and half in agreement with him being impeached
because of this.
Yeah, because of this that happened, and it was the inciting the violence that they said. Because I'm also one person can't necessarily make people do something, right? So they went off of his words and everything else. But because of such, I mean, he did kind of incite violence. I guess if you look into it, it could be inciting violence. But then also a lot of things that he said during his speech could be said to that. And then some of the things was just kind of mild. So, I mean, with the inciting violence, impeachment.
Okay. Yeah. Rico.
So, that was a rough speech that
minor his.
That's
no. I think he means Trump's.
Yeah, the first one before all Trump,
correct? The one that he gave
was even worse.
The one that was taken down. No. I am just talking about the one that he gave that everyone has seen in front of the White House. We're gonna march down Pennsylvania Avenue, and then he goes complete the up dog Doug and goes, I love Pennsylvania Avenue. It's beautiful. And you're just like, oh, I love him so much because he gets distracted by his own thoughts.
by
He is
himself.
He's so
Squirrel.
great. Exactly. He squirreled the shit out of it. But he's like, but he did say, okay, hold on. I'll hold my commentary to myself. Rico, please continue. Yes, we are referring to the
If
first
you're asking,
speech.
so initially your question was, what was my reaction to him being impeached? So is that what I'm going for here? I think it's if there weren't so many agendas and fighting since the day he took office,
Yep.
I would say it would be valid. However, at this point, I think it's useless. The dude's about to he's already got his walking papers. Like, why try to fire somebody after they already lost the job?
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. But so Congress will.
And I've heard that it's to remove. So one, it makes it so where he can't run for office again. Correct. And then it also removes his benefits as president for the rest of his life. So that was their big thing. It wasn't. It was to basically put a big stamp of disapproval at the end of it, is what I saw. It is what I see them do, what the purpose of this. Because I was kind of on the same fence, Rico, of he's about to fucking leave. Like, he's not going to be president anymore. The first one, okay, you were trying to get him out early. I get it. But the second one was like, he's leaving. But then when I looked into the fact that it removes his benefits, keeps him from running for office, and it's kind of just a big stamp of disapproval that, like, this guy was our president for 4 years. We don't condone this presidency. It was basically what they were doing. A big stamp of no, saying we're basically just starting over. Like,
yeah, I agree.
The last 4 years.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I think that's why they did that at that point. Rico, do you have anything to add?
Nah, nothing to add on that. I see where you're going with it.
Correct me. So here's my thought. My thought process is that the first impeachment was garbage. Correct? It was garbage.
Yes.
It was purely political. They had the votes in the House. They obviously didn't have it in the Senate. And the House knew that, but they did it just to prove a point. And it was the most ambiguous charges you could have against someone. And I feel like that.
For this one?
No. For the first one, for his conversation with the Ukrainian president and influencing that first impeachment, I felt, and this is me, I am biased, it was kind of shitty. It was kind of garbage. This one, not so much. Like, there were, I think, if my memory is correct, 10 Republicans voted for his impeachment, along with all of the Democrats in the House.
It was at least 10.
I believe it was exactly 10.
Yeah.
And exactly
There was
what you
definitely
said,
some crossing
Cody.
the aisle on this one.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to go to the Senate. And I believe
McCain's daughter was one of them.
Oh, my. No, not McCain. Cheney.
Cheney's daughter, yes.
So Liz Cheney is a very high up Republican, but I think she's a senator. I don't think she's a House.
No, she voted yes on this.
Okay, so maybe she is in the House. So I know she was very outspoken that was wrong, and she is going to support removing him from office. So here we are. He has been impeached for the second time. Okay, it's going to go to the Senate. Is he going to be found guilty? Because that's what the Senate does. Everyone knows that. Like, the impeachment is the House brings the charges, they vote on it, and then the Senate is deciding if it's guilty or non-guilty.
Which is now majority Democrat.
Is he going to be found guilty?
Well, it all depends on the representatives of Kashyyyk when it gets to the Senate, and we all know that Palpatine is the Senate. So we'll see what happens.
I am the Senate.
He's no longer the Senate Majority Leader. So
McConnell.
Yeah,
I know it's Schumer, which is fucking incredible. I don't want to get into that.
And
I want to stay on topic
until after the inauguration.
So the Washington Post
decided they're not doing it until after the inauguration because they want to deal with all the cabinet choices beforehand, which is
no. The Post is reporting that it might even start on Inauguration Day. And what Biden wants is the Senate to have a split day. They want to have the first part of the day vote on his appointees. Yes. And then the second part of the day go into the Trump trial.
I mean, if you can do that, yeah. If they can do that in half a day, then go for it.
I don't know if you can, but that's what they want. Okay.
As long as they're not rushing through it and they take as much time. And actually,
Violence.
so this won't happen, but I was about to say, as long as they take as much time to review everything like they did the Trump appointees, which I doubt they'll do because no matter how we might feel about Biden, I feel like his appointees may be a little bit more qualified, but that's fine. Minor thing.
I
They'll
don't know.
at least have political experience and not fucking CEOs of Hershey's chocolate or whatever the fuck.
How
we have
dare
plenty
you?
of people with political
Hershey's chocolate not only runs your candy empire, but they have an amusement park. All right, they have an amusement park in Pennsylvania. How dare you? You chose the wrong candy company, Cody. You son of a bitch.
Fine, Nestle. Fuck
He's a
off,
Skittles
Nestle.
bastard.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Nestle. Go ahead, fuck yourself. All right, I think you're owned by Kraft. You make macaroni and cheese. What do you know about chocolate?
But so your question was, do we think that they'll actually do it? Convict?
So that's my follow-up. I wanted to know what you thought about his impeachment this time. Because last time, I think we're all agreeing, it was kind of bullshit, right?
It was shoddy. Like
it was political.
Yeah, first time
there
was
was
bullshit.
evidence.
Second time.
You could see that there was something there, but they just didn't quite have enough.
But impeachment?
Yeah.
Bill Clinton lied under oath. He committed perjury, and they barely impeached him. And this man had a conversation with a president,
hate the game.
and he was like, "Yeah, exactly. Hate the player." That's what I get it. It feels like apples and oranges when you compare the two to Trump and Clinton. All right, and obviously Andrew Johnson is so far. Andrew Johnson was just a racist fuck, right? Like if you read about Andrew Johnson, he was.
By the way,
Andrew Johnson was impeached for basically racist talk. Like his talk was against unifying the country. But when you read about what Andrew Johnson did, he was not good. Like Abraham Lincoln picked Andrew Johnson to be his vice president. And then Abraham Lincoln was, spoiler alert, shot in the fucking head. And then Andrew Johnson. Oh, sorry, I apologize. So Abraham Lincoln shot the fucking dome.
I haven't finished my history book past 1860.
Y'all, is this what it feels like to be you, Cody, when you're trying to get through notes?
Trying to get through a point in which, I'm reveling in it. I am not trying to hold any decorum today. I am fucking letting you wallow, my friend.
Fair enough.
Please continue.
Fair enough.
You're doing great.
All right.
So Rico,
come here, cats. Come here, cats. Come here.
Sexual relationship with that president. Well done.
I don't understand. Rambo was boring as fuck when he was in the army, and now he just is just 3-pointers. He is like the LeBron James of our comment section. All right.
He is random. Like you're correct. I rarely laughed at something Ramball said that was genuinely funny and not creepy. And then now he's just fucking.
That's what I mean.
These one-liners.
Like when he was in the army, Ramball was like the white Duke guy on the end of the bench. Like he wasn't gonna get in. He wasn't. But good for him. But good for him. He put the jersey on. He was like, I played basketball for Duke. I appreciate it. All right. And then this guy shows up. Where were you? Alejandro?
We were in trucks together for a year, and now you decide to be funny.
Where was this Spitfire? I appreciate it. All right? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to put you down. I know this kind of came across as a put down, but I'm not trying to.
No, this is a build-up. We love your cocoon
your
evolution.
You are a sniper. That's what I think it is. I think when we were with him, he was like a shotgun, and you were like, ugh, God, again. And now he's just laser focused. I like it. I like unfiltered, not sad Ramball. I like that person. I like the other person.
It is a plus.
Don't get me wrong.
I wonder how much more entertaining I would be.
Nah, probably.
No, I feel like my sadness.
By far.
Yeah.
Like my stats.
I feel like yeah. I feel so too. Okay, so
real quick. Speaking of our comment section, hold on, real quick. Shout out to Kenny. I know he's going through some medical stuff right now. Hope you feel better. Have a good one, Kenny. Man.
Hell yeah, Kenny.
Big boy Kenny Golden. So, Firth.
Yes, Cody.
Yes, we so the first one we can agree was shoddy in the dark, right? The second one a little bit more substantial.
A little bit. And when you read his speech, or I'm sorry, when you read his speech, when you watch his speech,
in Republicans across the aisle, and like substantial Republicans, not kind of wishy-washy newer freshmen. Like these are substantial people within the Republican Party.
No,
across the aisle to vote on this.
When this happened, like people were fucking furious. They were fucking furious.
Were in the chambers at the time it was happening.
They barricaded the door, and they drew their weapons on American citizens, and the American citizens still just went, "What are you going to do? You're not going to shoot?" Like, okay, we already talked about that. I want to.
There was at least one.
Where you go? Yeah. Okay.
I said there was at least one shot.
Yep. I'm gonna. Yep.
It was probably a few days ago. I was watching an interview with one of the Republican representatives that was there when it was happening, and he's a retired Army Green Beret. And the dude was in there, and he's just trying to calm everyone else down because he was talking about, he's like, I've been out of the Army for so long, I kind of reverted back to that calming chaos bullshit.
Yes,
he's like, I'm trying to calm everyone else down and like keep these older, mostly just women, like calm, like not freaking the fuck out as these people are trying to burst through the door. And he's like, and it kind of sent me back. He's like, it was very much like that kind of a thing.
Reaction. Hold on. I'm making a note real quick. AOC reaction. We're going to talk about that for a second.
I've seen parts of it. Okay.
So yes, I agree. And you hear stories about these guys who were like, I put myself in front of these other people who were clearly scared. And I was like, and they're like, I was scared too. But exactly that. I'm a former Green Beret. You think those assholes coming through the door in a Viking helmet are ready to deal with the Green Beret? He will fuck you up. I don't care if that Green Beret congressman or congresswoman is in the biggest supporter of Trump. They're like, Trump won the election 2020, don't give a shit. And this person just broke into their office. That person will wreck that asshole coming through the door. Good for them.
I'm glad it didn't happen, but a part of me would have loved to have read that or watched that video of them bursting through the door and this dude just fucking straight massacring some dude wearing a MAGA hat.
Yes. And this dude in this wonderful suit just fucking hip tossing this asshole down the steps, and this asshole just bouncing, just being like, "What the fuck happened?"
That as much as I'm glad that didn't happen, they all got out safely. That would have been. It's like any video that you see of like when a mugger makes a bad life choice and attacks like a World War II vet or an old Vietnam vet, and it just goes badly.
Well, the thing is, like, I'll use him as an example. Like Dan Crenshaw, right? He is a Navy SEAL veteran. All right?
Yes.
He has no depth perception.
Yeah, he's got
yes, he does. If those dudes broke in and Dan Crenshaw was in the office, sorry. I'm all in on Dan Crenshaw. I feel like in.
He would have pulled the grenade out of his eye hole.
And it would have been a burst into his office and been like, You're cool. And like walk out. Like,
no. Because they're just like, do you support this? And he goes, no. You all are invading my office space. And they're like, oh, we got to take care of you. And Dan Crenshaw's like, no. I'm about to take care of you. Do you understand who I am? And they're just like, that's right. I forgot the name on the door. I will peacefully back out. And I'm actually going to leave Speaker Pelosi's podium here with you. I'm going to just leave out of the left door. Thank you so much.
Are you going to bring up the arrest in a minute?
I wasn't planning on it.
Oh, Just the fact that dude who stole the lectern.
Yeah. They all got arrested. I don't want to talk about
that podium was on eBay, and the ending bid was like 99,000 or something like that.
That's
did he put it on eBay?
Of course he did.
I would have kept it.
That's probably how he got caught.
It's the most hick shit you could think of is to put it on eBay. Are you kidding me?
Immediately upon it is. That's the most redneck shit. Immediately upon getting something of value, hawking it.
Exactly. He took a picture of himself stealing the thing, and then he went for sale. Like,
this isn't going to backfire me.
Of course not. What do you mean the FBI's knocking on my door? How'd they find me? Oh, your fucking IP address, you fucking idiot. I don't know what that
incognito mode.
I don't know what. Exactly. I was in private mode. I was on Google Chrome. They say it's safe.
So do you think they will actually go through with it in the Senate? Do you think they can get enough people? Because so it's not necessarily a majority, right? It's 50-50.
So no, the liberals, the Democrats have the advantage because right now it is 50-50. Kamala Harris is about to be
the vice president tiebreaker.
Yes,
correct.
she is the president of the Senate. And okay, are you asking me or are you asking all of us? Are you asking Rico? Rico, what do you think?
About hit me with the question one more time.
So you think that they will prosecute him?
He would be the first president found guilty. He would be the first president.
With as much people crossing the aisle on this, I think it's more likely than it isn't. And that's the best I could say on that.
So I think with the 50-50 plus one on the Democrats' favor, I don't think they need to get anyone on the Republican side to cross over.
They're going to.
All they need. Oh, they're going to. But I'm saying it even just I don't think there's any Democrat right now in the Senate that would say no to that.
Agreed. Oh, no,
actually given the chance to finally stick it to fucking Trump. Yeah,
they would really just be like, I fucking hated Home Alone 2, and you were in it, and that's where it comes from.
Good, it doesn't. You in the lobby.
It doesn't matter about exactly. All right.
Macaulay Culkin is all for digitally removing him. I don't know who they're going to put in this place, but they're all
probably Joe Biden. Really? Probably yes. Probably Kamala Harris. Oh, you haven't seen that? Oh, there's a great thing online of Donald Trump turning around to give him directions, and it's Joe Biden's head. Oh, it's funny as fuck. It's so funny, and it's
love
it. So Rico, you think so? Cody, you think he's going to be found guilty?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
What does that mean, though? So do you know what it means if he?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So the biggest thing, and like you said, I didn't know about the benefits, but the biggest thing is that he cannot be in federal office anymore. So he can't run in 2024. And I think that's
not looking at jail time or anything with this. This conviction, if he was found guilty, he's not going to jail or anything like that. It's just to fully strip him of everything.
Correct.
He's not getting Secret Service for the rest of his life.
Correct.
He's not going to get. He doesn't get the VA benefits, the $450,000 for the rest of his life.
Which he's sitting there going like, "Why the fuck would I want my VA benefits? I'm a billionaire."
Yeah. Even he's like, I don't want to go to
Could you imagine Donald Trump limping into a VA and just being like, "Oh God, my leg went numb. What are you going to do about it?" Of course not.
Yeah, hey,
first you can sit in the hallway for 6 hours.
Exactly.
And use my ibuprofen.
You're gonna sleep like these sons of bitches, all right, in the fucking hallway. So
again, to retouch on the picture behind you real quick, I just love, as a soldier, I love our ability to just fall asleep wherever, because they got there, they got like a little brief, and they're like, "Hey guys, hang out here, and we're gonna get our major brief for like what our mission is going to be for the next couple of days." And they were just sitting there. And for the first, for a fact, for the first 30 to 45 minutes, everyone was kind of standing.
Oh,
in place,
everyone's fucking low ready. Everyone's ready to just be like,
first 30 minutes, they were waiting, being obedient, like, okay, when's first sergeant going to come out? When's sergeant major going to come out? And then 45 minutes went by, and people started dispersing and sitting down. And within an hour, out.
It turned into this. It turned into this.
Right over your right shoulder.
And then it turned into this.
And then it slowly evolutionized to them just laying directly on the fucking floor.
Have you seen the pictures of of Congress people going to their offices and passing by sleeping soldiers?
No, I haven't seen it.
Like, they don't give a fuck. There's this dude. Yo, there's this old guy walking in the hallway with a suit that probably costs more than these privates make in a year. And he's just like, and he looks irritated. He's like, I can't believe I have to step over these assholes. Like, you fucking cuck! Are you kidding me? They're here because of you! You son of a bitch!
I can't believe all these bullet sponges are getting in my way.
I can't believe it! I can't believe this guy's IOTV doesn't even match with his uniform.
That doesn't surprise me at all. There's like this straight, just stuck upness,
bro,
of the people passing the hallway and being like, "You move these fucking soldiers, like they're in my way." And this 19-year-old sitting here being like, I was gonna fight for my country. And I was sitting here like, I don't want to fight for these fucking people.
No, and that's the thing.
There's libertarians out of 2,000 soldiers.
Yes. How many people are in the Capitol building right now?
So there's 25,000 in all of DC.
Welcome to the Libertarian Party. All right, the Libertarian Party just got a huge fucking boost. Y'all should have voted for Joe.
Spit bottles just laid around.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah. Did you see there's already graffiti in the Capitol bathroom?
What did I see? I saw a thing about like there's so many more penises being drawn on the bathrooms, and not just penises, veins and hairs. I thought that was so fucking funny.
Cock artists in the world.
That was so fucking funny.
The military has the best cock artists. Like, you think you can draw a better penis than us?
But it's just a thing. It's so funny because you walk into any bathroom at a range and you're like, that is a veiny cock on the side of that. And you're just rocking a piss. And you're just like, that is the veiniest cock I've ever seen. Could you imagine these fucking assholes who get paid so much money just to be like, oh, I'm glad that's over. And then just look to the left and just be like, oh my God, such a veiny cock. Look at all the ball hair. Like, there's no one in the fucking
shit of poetry.
In all the fucking natty guard, they don't shave. Oh my god!
I've gone into Porta Johns where I've sat down, expressed myself, turned to the right, and I'm like, fucking good job.
You know what my favorite thing is, though? My favorite thing is when someone draws like boobs or like a naked lady and they're like, yeah, I jerk off to this. And everybody comments, they're like, yeah, me too. And you're just like,
this is our Facebook wall.
I am 36 years old. I am very mature. But that is the fucking funniest shit. Is if someone drew a picture of a naked lady and they're like, this is how a woman looks. And it was just like, yeah. And that's what's in Congress?
I love it.
Yes.
And
fucking yes. Don't invite these assholes into your house. Don't invite these assholes into your place of work. We're assholes.
Went to the bathroom though. Like Dan Crenshaw went to go take a shit.
Right?
Sat down and saw it and was like,
he's like, finally, a veiny cock. All right.
You've been covering up my veiny cock.
Now I feel at home.
Oh, exactly. Dan Crenshaw's going to be like, I haven't pooped in 3 years since I got to this Congress building. But now that I have a veiny, hairy cock to look at. Home. All they need to do is in the summer, turn the air conditioning off, and then he's just going to like shamefully beat off in the bathroom while sweating. you still get there.
You know, what I would love more
You
is
sure did.
obviously that's in the male's bathroom, but I really hope our female service members stepped up their game and
Yeah.
and
All right.
blew the most obscene shit, because then the high step level Democratic leaders of the House,
They have their
went
own
in there.
bathrooms, Cody. They have their own bathrooms.
I know.
Like,
Oh, you mean their private bathrooms?
Nancy Pelosi isn't walking into a public bathroom being like, "That is a hairy cunt." Holy
No.
shit!
I meant AOC. I would pay money to see AOC's face if she walked in the bathroom and just saw the most.
AOC would see a vagina drawn on the wall and just try to throw money at it to go
because
away.
they're women.
Because
They have
that's
to
how.
draw vaginas, huh?
No,
Women
Yes!
can draw cocks too.
are you kidding me? We are
Women can draw
men.
cocks too. Thank you.
We are men, and we are in a mostly male job, right?
Yes.
And all we can do is draw veiny penises, and yet we all just sit there and just fucking
Draw
jack
what you know.
it. It's true.
It's
It's
the
like
first
everybody.
thing- the first
everybody
thing anyone draws. You're on the bus. The windows are foggy. What's the first thing you draw besides a smiley face? It's a fucking dick.
Yeah, fair.
Every time.
Yeah, fair.
It's like ancient Greece. Just dicks everywhere.
All right, so we
What's
kind
on your
of
notes
got,
there, buddy?
we-
Nice.
we-
Congress cocks.
we're barely into it. All right, this might be a long episode.
30 minutes in.
So
I have a deadline. Let's do this.
we got into the
I'll
Natty
have to swap
Guard.
out to alternative forms.
I wrote Natty Guard in capital. So the Natty Guard is in the capital. So here's what I love to think about is everyone sitting there going like, support the troops. Oh, they're sleeping on the floor. Oh, poor them. We all know it. Soldiers can sleep anywhere, right?
Yeah, those soldiers don't give a shit.
They're honestly, cold concrete isn't that bad.
Feels
You know,
nice.
you put something behind your head. We've slept in the dirt. We've slept in the mud. We've slept in the
They're
rain.
not upset
You're
that they're
indoors.
sleeping on the Congress floor. They're upset that no one's told them what the fuck to do yet. That's what
Correct.
they're upset about.
That's actually
The fact that they get to
1,000%
sleep
correct.
is not upsetting. That's actually nice. We get to take a nap. What
Correct.
they're upset about is that no one's told them what the fuck they're doing.
Yep. And they're like, so like, what are we here for? And they're like, we'll let you know in 12 hours. Guess what? 14 hours later, they still don't know. So
And that's coming
here's-
from the first sergeant. Hey, Tom.
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on?
yeah, yeah.
So,
So
know what made you think to look at me and think I knew what the fuck was going on? I don't
Right?
fucking know.
I weigh 240 pounds and I am a teacher. So here's my
I work at Applebee's. What makes
Yeah.
you think that I know things?
I'm a server at Chili's. All right? That's what I do. This is for fun. So I did want to say something though. I did want to say something
Yes.
specifically to my group of people because I am the only Trump voter here. Right? 2 years in a row. And I'm getting tired of this like everyone's like, oh, support the troops, support the police, support the soldiers and everything like that. But soldiers are in DC right now. And do you want to know the best way you can support the soldiers? If you want to know, don't show the fuck up. Stay the fuck away from the soldiers. Stay away from them. That's the best way to support soldiers.
Don't
Like,
put that 19-year-old private in a rough situation.
they're sleeping on a
Yeah.
marble ground. They're getting basically fed by the city of DC because a lot of DC, and God bless them. God bless them. A lot of restaurants in DC were like, hey, we're gonna give food to the soldiers there. Because they're
Oh, really?
so yeah. Lots of there was
Probably
Yeah,
get
there's-
some bomb-ass food then.
yeah. Oh, because DC's
Yeah,
got great
There's
food.
that pizza
And I'm-
place that's
Yeah.
they'll just
I
ask
can't
people that
think-
they're ordering food if they want to double their orders, and then they just send the extra pizza over to
Yep.
the National Guard
That's
soldiers.
dope.
To our guys. It's awesome. There's so many people feeding these guys that are over there that
They're just
are.
not filling the Congress building with fucking MRE heater fumes.
But that's what I mean. Because God knows, I was talking to my wife, and she was like, "So how are these guys getting fed?" I was like, "Well, DC's feeding them. You know, the businesses are taking it on themselves and going, we want to support our troops. They're in here. They're sleeping on the ground. Let's give them decent food." But you know, nobody put any thought process into this, and they went, pack 18 MREs, and they were like, Should we make them B boxes? No! Give them A boxes! They don't give a fuck!
Only A boxes.
Leave the B boxes behind.
So they're eating decently well, because God bless them. DC is a decent city. But, like, here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. And here's what I'm saying to the people who I resonate with. If you actually want to support troops, and if you actually want to support the police, stay the fuck away from the Capitol building. Stay the fuck away from the White House. Stay away from that entire area and don't do dumb shit this entire day. That's what it comes down to. If you want to support the troops,
just don't go fucking all.
No, if you want to support the troops and if you want to support police, stay away. Do not make them do their job, because that's what they're there for. They're there for people who are saying that, oh, Biden's not our legit president. Yes, he is. Shut the fuck up and go home. Like that idiot who put his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk, like that asshole who stole her speaking podium. If you actually want to support troops, do not go near the Capitol. That's all it comes down to. Don't be a prick.
Yeah, don't play the game. Don't fuck around and find out, because they don't have ammunition right now. But I guarantee you, the day before inauguration, they will have ammunition. They already have checkpoints
that actually
set up.
leads
They will
into
give them
like
ammunition. After what happened at the Capitol building, they will have ammo. And do not force this dude to have to defend himself and his buddies. Because if that soldier has to decide to take you the fuck out over harming himself or his battle buddy next to him,
yes,
you're going down.
If I'm standing in front of Cody, or if I'm standing in front of Rico and it's you or them, I'm going to shoot you, because I give a fuck about them. I don't know you.
You're a prick with a fucking MAGA sign.
I'm sorry. Exactly. Like, you're wrong. You're not where you're supposed to be. And that's how this goes. Everyone wants to talk about how they support the army and they support the troops. Stay the fuck away from where you're not supposed to be.
Agreed. What were you saying, Rico?
So that's my concern. It's like you have this 18 or 19-year-old weekender, and somebody fucking gets crazy with them, and this
6 months of training,
and they fucking get scared, and they fucking unload on somebody in the fucking crowd, and then that just escalates things exponentially. Just stay the fuck away. Just let.
So that's what I talked about with my wife. I talked about Kent State.
About level 1
is like, can you imagine National Guards firing on American civilians? And I was like, it hasn't happened since the 60s. It hadn't happened since the 60s. It happened at Kent State. It'll never happen again.
During the LA riots?
I don't think the National Guard did.
Oh, no, they were there. During the Rodney King riots? Yeah,
I remember. I don't think they shot anyone, though.
All right. Well, one of our police officers at Dugway, he was a part of the National Guard there at the time. But he never mentioned anything like getting that violent. They got violent, but yeah, it hasn't happened forever.
It doesn't have to.
It doesn't. Be so strict anyway that they're not going to open fire unless, like, it's super fucking like someone else has a weapon.
The Metro Police are going to do such a good job. The Capitol Police are going to do such a good job. The National Guard is there to be a last minute thing. The National Guard is
checkpoint guards.
The National Guard is going to be there to be a like, holy shit. It's not going to happen. I'm sure. So here's the thing. There's going to be assholes. There's going to be.
Guaranteed.
We all know that. There's assholes in this country. And I want the Metro Police to just fucking drop them to the ground and arrest them. As long as they're out of line. If it's a peaceful protest and they have everything they're supposed to do, then that's fine.
They're loud and obnoxious.
You know, that's been America forever. But
I watched on the news this morning. They were asking, like, are you concerned about anything happening at the Capitol? And unanimously across the little board of commentators, they all said no. And I agree. I don't think anything bad is going to happen. And if it does, it's going to quickly get fucking quelled.
Yes.
What I'm concerned with is the Capitol buildings across the country, because
Well, that's where the FBI warning is. It's all 50
well,
capitals.
I got an
have
update
potential.
the other day before I left to work. I got an email saying, "Don't go to fucking Austin," and it gave us a list of the protests because people turn in their protest papers, and then the city of Austin lets the government know, so we don't fucking go there. And there are 4 separate peaceful protests going on in Austin during the inauguration day, and they're all for the same thing. So I don't know why there's 4. They're all just different fucking.
That's why I was curious.
Yeah, they're all for the same shit. Every single one of them was there because it said their name of the organization and then what they were doing, and every single one of them was either against President Biden, saying for the efficacy of truth and freedom in the United States, basically was what it was. But that's 4 separate protests, armed protests. All of these were armed protests in Austin. And so I could only, and that's Texas. So I could only imagine in other states what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's going to be a huge MAGA fucking.
The thing is,
what's the capital of California? Sacramento?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, there probably is going to be a big one in Sacramento.
I don't know.
Like, that's what I'm worried about. Those police departments, and there are other states that are activating their National Guard in, I think Texas is one of them. They activated their National Guard in preemptiveness for this.
Yeah, do you know, because there's so many. Okay, I don't want to say this. How do I say this politely? There's so many people.
Please don't say.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many people. There's so many people exiting California and Washington and New York. There's so many businesses and people because they're so upset about their tax law, and they go down to places like Texas and Louisiana, and then they get upset. And then they get upset with their politics,
and then they want to change it.
And they want to change it, and it's like you don't realize what you just did. You're leaving this place because you didn't like it, and you're trying to change it into what you just left, and they don't understand that. And that's why you have people in Austin, because Austin is a liberal little pocket in Texas, and they're sitting there going, we're not happy with anything because I want my $10,000 from the government, and COVID is barely a thing, and I should be able to go to my goddamn HEB, which you should be, because you should be going to your HEB because it's fucking great.
I actually really, really love HEB.
I can't wait to get back to HEB. Hey,
I love it so much.
Cody, I'm going to give.
HEB was voted the best grocery store in the country, and it's only in one state, which means enough Texans voted to beat out the rest of the country for this one store.
Suck it, ShopRite. All right, figure it out.
That is.
Yeah. Hey,
Food Lion.
Cody, I'm gonna give it. I love Food Lion. Food Lion's garbage.
I call it Food Rar.
Food Lion's so bad. I have to go. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. So I'm gonna hand back over to you hosting, but I'm gonna be back, and then I've got some questions.
Some continuation. Okay.
Extra points if you draw penises on your own wall.
They're already there.
My wife hates them, but I think they're hilarious.
I want you to draw one and then just like film your wife's reaction, like walking in just outside the door and just hear this.
No.
What the fuck?
No. No. Goodbye. I'll see you guys in a minute.
So, Rico, what are your feelings about all of this? What do you have in your hot top of mind? I'm going to eat my nectarine.
Oh my God, eating on camera. That's the bigger topic. Now people can listen to you chomp. So as far as my feelings, like I just want to, it's so difficult. I just want to see things get normalized, and hopefully going forward, people start working across the aisle instead of just fighting each other from day one, which is probably still going to happen. And all of this has been leading up for at least the last 3 presidents to the point where we're at today. So it's insane. I'd like to see progress going forward, and we'll see what happens. I think if we can get through Inauguration Day without any issues, as far as the protesters and stuff, I think that'll be a clearish path. But it all depends on Inauguration Day. If a bunch of bullshit happens, it's just going to continue.
Well, and not to this degree, but I was thinking about it the other day. This is the closest that I've felt, or this is the largest fracture I've felt in the country my entire life.
Oh, it's huge. There's so much separation now.
This event, and it's not that this event is what fractured the country. This is what brought it.
No, it's been a lead up.
This event is what all of a sudden it distinctly, it's a line in the sand of the fracture in our country. This was the pivotal moment, and it's been leading up for years, like you said, ever since probably, I would say, like end of Clinton, beginning of beginning of Bush. But even then, like 9/11 brought a lot of people together, and then probably 5-6 years into 9/11 to Bush's presidency, I think that's when it started happening. And then, of course, during Obama's presidency, it was big. But this is the pivotal moment, and this is the
Well, I don't know what just happened. We lost a correspondent. Heather, you bring up a interesting question, if I can get it on the screen. So, how is a protest considered peaceful if it's armed?
production value.
As long as you can be armed at a protest, not do anything stupid like opening fire into a crowd of soldiers. I mean, just because you have a weapon, I mean, you have to use it. So that's what I would say in response to how can a protest be considered peaceful.
Who asked you that question?
And we, Heather, I just have a glove on, so I couldn't tap the comment.
Oh,
it's cold in Costa Rica right now.
Peaceful. So yeah, I agree, Heather. Like them having the weapons, I don't think that makes it a non-peaceful protest. Because weapons are a tool, and yes, they are, and people see it as them using it during a protest for intimidation, which I don't think that's necessarily what a lot of them are trying to do. I think they're going for a twofer, what they're trying to prove with their protest, but then also a lot of these people do feel that there is a desperate fight against the Second Amendment, and so them doing that protest with it, I think they're trying to prove that they can have these weapons, and it's fun. But it does also add a level of like sinister intimidation when a peaceful protest is armed.
Devil's advocate, the NFAC came out to every BLM protest, and those in retrospect could be considered peaceful protests apparently. So people can bring weapons if you use that as an example.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're correct. BLM did have a lot of people who had weapons. There was a very large Black Second Amendment group that was at a lot of these BLMs. And the other one with the guy who was a leader of that one big group that can't handle a fucking firearm to save his life. We reviewed him a while ago. But there's that guy. But also with those peaceful protests without weapons, how well did those turn out? So it's kind of a catch-22. Like, hope
they lit the city on fire.
Yeah. And guns don't do that, to my knowledge.
Guns don't start fires, no.
Oh, well, actually, correction, guns can start fires.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you liberal cuck.
No, how many fires did you put out in Germany on the range when a literal round lit it on fire?
Okay, but the M4 and the M17 ranges? No. Guess what? The fucking tow missiles, all right? That's what was doing it.
No, it was the 50 cals.
I actually did that a couple of times. It was fun.
Yeah, it was the 50s and the marks.
Shoot a 50 cal. It's fucking fun.
Oh, it's awesome. But
it's so fun.
Yeah. So first, what was your other point? Let's try to Let's try to
All
move
right.
on here.
All right.
It's a freedom boner for sure.
So my next, yeah, it is. Yes, it is. So I wanted to talk about is a combination of a couple of things. So Trump is leaving office. And so what a lot of people are asking about is if Trumpism is going to continue or if classic Republican is going to take over. And this is my appeal
Yes.
for classic Republicanism to take over. Because Trumpism was a lot of spend, spend, spend. Spend for the wall. Spend for, obviously, COVID-19 was different, but Republicans suddenly got into the mentality of just like, oh, government spending. And they just did it. And so this goes into a kind of a couple of things in my notes is I've been listening to a few podcasts. I think Trump is going to get found guilty in the Senate. He is not going to be allowed in public office again. He is not going to be a problem for senators and congresspeople and them to be just like, oh, I have to adhere to what President Trump has to say.
He's not going to be an authority.
He's not. He's just
still
going to
be a problem.
He's just going to be a voice,
Because I don't think he's just going to go away.
He's not going to go away. God, no. God.
This man's getting his own news source like Alex Jones.
We all know that. We all know that. We're getting the Trump News Network. Hey, welcome to TNN. All right.
Channel 35.
How do I put this? Because I'm trying to put it, and so I don't sound like these libertarian assholes above me. I want the Republican Party to define itself. And I've been listening to so the past 2 weeks, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and I've been reading a lot of news articles. And one really, what's up, Rico? Rico, what's up?
Okay.
Roger.
Red.
So last week,
the previous episode. Can you hear me?
Barely. You're like an echo of a Care Bear.
What kind of description was that?
He got it. He doesn't know. Okay. So Rico told me to. Oh, now he's at the bottom, of course.
Tried forever to make that work.
Anyway, we're fucking an hour and a half into making it work. Anywho, so last week Rico told me to listen to a podcast. It's a video game podcast. You know what? Rhodes,
video game podcast.
Can I say the name?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the Giant Bomb East podcast. It's GB East or Giant Bomb East podcast. And when the storming of the Capitol happened, they went on their podcast and it went live on Friday. And yes, what happened was not good. Right? We can all agree on that. But no one talks about how these people feel like they feel like their government is doing something behind their backs. No one gives a shit about that. People feel like the government is working against them behind their back. And the Giant Bomb East podcast villainized these people, and they said, if you sympathize or anything like that with them, you're an asshole. And guess what I did? I stopped subscribing to their podcasts. I stopped paying them money because I was a subscriber to giantbomb.com for their paid subscription. And I was like, I'm not going to be talked down to by a podcast. I'm not going to.
I agree. I think that's a big thing that people with this event that happened at the Capitol, right? It was terrible.
Yes.
But
No one is
people are
okay.
not no, it's not okay, but no one is realizing or using, I guess, empathy as to why people did it. And people are just they're villainizing it, which, as you should, it was a bad event. It should not have happened. But you have to try to understand as to why these people felt that strongly to go and do something like that.
That they would do something like that.
They legitimately think that their government is against them. And just as, and it's hypocritical because the other side, the Democratic, more liberal side that is then villainizing these people, they feel the same way and have felt the same way for the past 4 fucking years about the Trump presidency and the Republican Party. And then now they're getting upset because the Republicans are like, hold on a hot fucking minute. We're also upset.
Yes. And this is what it all comes down to.
And I'm not agreeing or condoning what happened. I'm just saying.
Of course not. No one is.
Sides have their
no one is condoning this.
And they both believe that it's very, very good reasons. And if you felt so strongly about something that you wanted to fight for it, wouldn't you? And you should have that right to fight for it in the correct manner. But also, if you believe that the government is against you, like if I'm getting harassed by the leader of my homeowners association, I have completely legal routes that I can do and figure this out, right? But if you believe the government, the people who you would complain to about the government is against you,
the people who you vote into office, that you vote for them. You vote for them to protect your rights.
Yeah, and you don't feel like they have any power. So, of course, your reaction would then be, and this is for the Capitol insurrection and also all of the BLM protests that happened as well.
Thank you.
They have been attacked and harassed and vilified for years, for decades. And finally, all of these BLM protests and the violent protests that happened, those all culminated from people finally having enough of it and not feeling like they have the correct avenues to go forward. So they were like, now you're going to fucking listen to us.
And that is my biggest thing is what happened at the Capitol building is.
It's like your dog shitting on the floor when you don't let him outside, right? He tries to tell you like, hey, I have to go pee. I have to go shit. And you're like, nah, dog, you're cool. 4 hours later, he shits on the floor. And you're like, what's up, dude? And he's like, I fucking told you.
I told you. But here's the thing. And these people who charged the Capitol building and the people who lit fires in BLM, they're not that different.
The same people.
Because everybody has the idea that the government is not listening to them. They feel ignored. The people that they vote in, or the people that talk to them about what needs to happen. This is what I'm doing for you in the government. It doesn't happen. And so when you feel the need to storm the Capitol, you're feeling that strongly about your government ignoring you. And when you burn businesses that are supportive of your community, you're feeling that strongly. If this is me as a Republican being like, oh, I finally get Black Lives Matter, that's fine.
This is exactly what it is.
I can't imagine feeling that disregarded by your government. You're feeling these people don't care about you. They don't. The people in office, the people in the offices that you just stormed, you shouldn't have stormed them. But everyone is ignoring that we're getting away. These people need to know that people don't believe in them anymore. They're not working for us anymore. And that's their job. They work for us. We vote for them. They work for us.
So there's two hands to this, right? So there is them standing up to the politicians who no longer feel like they owe the American people. That is an issue.
Yes. That's it. I think that is the number one issue. I think that is the number one issue that politicians are not. They don't feel like they owe us anything.
So there's two. I think there's that, but then there's also the real reason as to why the Capitol insurrection happened. Right?
Okay.
People felt this so strongly. Why did they feel this so strongly? Because there was such a rapid upsurge in false news, right? In false information and emotional information sent out to these people that these people were intaking. And of course, I'm not saying that we should limit information and censor people because that's against free speech in the freedom.
That's another thing I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about that.
So, like, we should have that, but then also, and that's why with this impeachment, that insurrection of the violence, because they're also not just dictating that speech beforehand is what did it. They're talking about since the election, him saying that it was a false election, and because that's also in there. If you have the president, someone that you voted for and that you've been following for 4 years, now telling you that the government that he's running is secretly has a level below it that is trying to overthrow him and you and all of your priorities and everything you hold dear to you, God and country, and that they're trying to overthrow what you hold pure. Yeah, you're going to. I would do the same thing. Like, I'm not all up in arms because I don't feel threatened personally.
You should.
I'm not a violent dude. But if you were to ever come into my home or up to me at a store and threaten my family or myself in any way, you're going to find a different level of roads that you didn't want to open.
Yes.
And that's what happened to these people. They now feel threatened for themselves, their lives, their friends, and their family. So, of course, and that goes for any person. Any person. If you threaten them enough, it's a 50-50 chance. Either they're going to go, oh, no, and cower, or they're going to be like, nah, fuck this shit, we going down.
But Cody, could you imagine, like you said, if someone comes and threatens you or threatens your family, this isn't that. This is the guy you voted for president. Like, if someone came into my house and was like, I'm going to kill your wife, I was like, I will die defending this person.
Yes.
You understand?
But this is
the person.
In that analogy, treat your wife as your country. That's how these people feel.
Yeah,
right?
Fair.
Someone's coming into their home, which is the liberal left going, hey, I'm going to murder your wife, your country, and your freedoms.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it? And they're like, I'm going to fucking let you know.
Yep.
Fuck around, find out, stay fucked, get fucked. Like, that's how this is going to work.
It's not wrong. Okay.
And you decided to corner the people who have the most guns in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God!
For now,
that's just giving Joe Biden a reason to take our guns.
And it is, and
it's going to happen.
And honestly, I don't hold malcontent towards Joe Biden because him, from what I've read and from what I've seen, and how he's handled a lot of this going on, I personally do think that he's coming into office with a good intention of trying to do what he thinks, of course, is the best.
Well, he's trying to Kamala Harris.
Well, he's trying to bring a sense of calm to the office, a sense of that presidential regality, whatever that word. That's not even a fucking word, but I made it up.
Regality is a word, yes.
Oh, I know words, but but I feel that because he's not staying quiet. He's speaking, but he's doing it correctly. He's doing what he needs to do. And he's trying to bring peace and kind of calm to the area so that we can come back and focus on what needs to be focused on. And honestly, people would be like, oh, Biden's going to do all this super heavy-duty liberal shit. Biden's not that liberal, so you can calm down.
That's a different story. Because he is being pulled by that liberal side of his party because the liberals are getting that. Like, and this goes back to this AOC shit. Like, he just put out a $2.9 trillion plan, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna give the people their $1,400." You know, because we gave them their $600, and we talked about 2,000, so we're going to give him the $1,400.
Trillion go.
And AOC goes, no, we said 2,000. That's what he's going to run into. He's tracking, and she is not smart, so I get it. She is sitting there putting on Twitter like, we said 2,000, so 2,000. And like, I'm taking a pen and like, she is writing a check and going, 2,000.
I mean, but you
AOC.
Point, no matter how much you may not like her, you have to at least appreciate that she's standing by that point.
No, Cody, she chased Amazon out of her neighborhood. Her neighborhood could have been making a lot of money as Amazon employees, and she chased them out because they don't pay their fair share in taxes. Like, she's a fucking idiot. She is a fucking idiot.
I didn't think she wasn't. I was just saying that she's at least sticking to the guns.
That's fine. If you want to die on the mountain of idiocracy, that's fine. That's fine. You want to die on Mount AOC? God bless you. God bless you. You're a fucking idiot, but fine. Mount AOC. Well, we already gave him $600, but the $1,400 doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. It's simple mathematics. You stupid. Oh, you're so dumb. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. I bit my tongue. You're dumb.
So what the rest that's on your list? What else we got?
Actually,
You're
a lot
kind
of
of leading into one of them there.
A lot of it was AOC. A lot of it was
AOC.
AOC saying another $1,400, not enough, should be $2K. That's what I wrote down.
Okay, we covered that.
That's dumb as fuck. You're so stupid.
Okay, we covered that. Next.
Ooh, podcasts. Okay. So we did talk about... No. We talked about how the Giant Bomb East podcast is a bad podcast. It's bad. It's... If you're a right winger, why would you want to pay?
To the point that they decided to get political?
No, it's been deteriorating. It's been deteriorating. So I don't know if I told you this. I canceled my subscription to them.
You just said that, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Yeah, I don't know. Memory's a hard thing.
Memory's hard when you're angry.
I am very hard. But there's so many good podcasts about politics that actually are taking a middle line. I want to say middle line, but I'm not convinced. Like, obviously they lean left because that's what the media does.
We agree on all accounts, though.
They're all dumb. Everyone's dumb.
Yeah, we've extended that sentiment across the board.
I want to be, I really do. I want to be the dumb podcast that's not just like Tucker Carlson or Rachel Ray. What's the lady on MS?
Rachel Ray.
Yeah. She's very political.
We're doing a cooking show next?
What's the lady?
The best I could do out here in Costa Rica is make ramen.
Yeah, Rachel Maddow. I don't give a shit.
Rachel Ray. We're coming for you, Rachel Ray.
Hey.
Doing your bullshit Italian meals.
You have really good pots and pans. My wife has been very tempted. I'm not willing to pay it, okay? Drop the price and then we'll talk. I don't know, man. I hate the idea of turning into a podcast and being like, I know exactly what they're going to talk about. And that's why this Washington Post podcast has been so good.
Which we apologize for you guys tuning in and knowing exactly what we're going to talk about for the past couple months.
I mean, it's literally the only news.
I don't give a fuck.
We were a news podcast, and this was it. This is all we got. We'll go back to movies and music sometime.
Ooh! Watch this Netflix show. What is it? On Richard Ramirez, The Night Stalker on Netflix. Watch that. That's fucking brilliant.
That's me.
I was going to tell them to watch The History of Swear Words because that show made me seem normal.
Oh, no. I heard that was bad.
Oh, it was great. It was fantastic. And then I'm sitting there, and my wife's like, "Oh, this kind of makes sense." I was like, "Does it? Are you gonna stop fucking yelling at me for cursing around?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, stop
Jesus Christ, you fucking bitch!
I cut out after
Stop
like
yelling
2
at me.
Oh, I thought it was good. That was great.
So, this Richard Ramirez documentary, holy shit, on the Night Stalker. Have you guys
I'm
learned
iffy about it. I haven't started yet, but I'm not really into that kind of stuff anyway. The serial killer kind of shit.
Richard Ramirez is fascinating. He's fascinating. He's a fucking deviant, and watch it. And go on Audible. We're not okay. We're not sponsored by Audible. We're just really big fans. There's really good shows on Audible for free. Audible, hit me up.
Ramball, did you
Jesus
have
Christ.
a stroke?
Jesus Christ, did you start hitting your... Do we need to call... Say something if you need us to call 911.
All right, Raid Shadow.
So I'm going to read this for our viewers who are just listening to the podcast.
They're called listeners, Cody.
Nope. Fuck you. This was Ramball's post.
Yelling, angry, waving my hands.
A lot. Specific point of view on things. Cynthia. Jesus died for our Cynthias. Jesus cried. Runaway bride. Julia Roberts. Julia Rob. Hurts. Cynthia. Ooh, Cynthia, you're dead. You are dead. Bop, boop, beep, bop, bop, boop, bop. You're dead. That's for Cynthia. Who's dead? You know what? After reading it that way, I realized that he was doing like a jazz slam poetry in...
That's exactly what it
William
is.
Shatner did jazz slam poetry. Jesus cried, runaway bride, for our Cynthias.
For Heather, stay tuned to Underqualified and Overcooked, our newest channel.
I'm not against it.
We've already talked about it.
I have some recipes that I can share.
The empire is growing.
It's not, but it'll get there.
I've got a lot of time on my hands to come up with bullshit ideas.
That's the thing. We have a lot of time to come up with them, but we have zero time to execute them.
Look at these sleeping soldiers. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look at these guys. So, did you want to get into social media?
Let me ask you guys this.
Gentlemen, I don't know what's on First Notes. He didn't share this.
No.
I just know him so well, and I listen to the news that I know exactly what he wants to talk
It's
about.
true. It's true. I'm a little bit nervous. So Trump has been basically
Slumlord of Twitter.
Banned from everything. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Because you know that hot Trump gaming site.
Hey, we're on Twitch.
Hey, Twitch, no one gives a shit. I know you included yourself, but no one was looking for you.
Yeah, Parler got shut down.
I will talk about that. But here's the thing. So President Trump, he is currently the United States president, is no longer allowed to post to Twitter. But the Ayatollah Khomeini, who constantly talks about wiping Israel off the face of the earth, he is allowed to tweet. Is that fair?
Oh, no, obviously it's not fair. They should both not be on Twitter. Because then there's the conversation, of course, right? Jumping right into it, feet first. Should social media sites be required to follow freedom of speech bylaws? Because as it is right now, they're private organizations and they can moderate themselves the way that they like, so they do not have to follow by free speech.
100%. That is the way free speech is. You are allowed to say whatever you want. However, private companies, they're allowed to say this is good, this is not good.
People treat Facebook as if I'm just yelling out my window. I can yell out my window and call someone a cunt if I want to. I can do it all goddamn day. What I can't do is
And
go on Facebook.
it's when they're acting like cunts. Is when I open up my window and yell at them about being cunts.
Now, I don't say that word a lot, but it is growing on me, and I'm actually really sad that the UK and Australia has cornered that market. I really think we should just start using the word more. It's very.
We need to take it. We need to take it back. We need to take it back for the Americans.
Yeah, just this is the Boston Tea Party of 2021. We're taking cunt.
Right?
And to any of my family members that listen to this, my mother, I'm sorry.
I get it, all right? You thought you owned Australia just because it was a jailhouse? It was a little island jailhouse for you? We own cunt. Huh? Y'all use it like it's just casual? Just wait. You just wait.
It's going to be our new F word. It's going to be the new
right?
But
anyway.
I also agree. Like I said, I can yell out anything out my window. That's freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
But as a private company, they have the freedom to moderate because you're not paying for Facebook, by the fucking way. So it's a free service that they are providing you. They're getting paid for it.
To upload your pictures and shit.
Yeah, to upload pictures of your fucking cat and the bagel you had that morning, and also Biden, Hillary Clinton are the devil. That's what you get to post. But if Facebook then wants to be like, you know what? Fuck these people. They can do that. Because it's just like, I have freedom of speech. Do I have freedom of speech to call my commander a fucking asshat? No, I don't.
No.
I don't at all.
You can say it. You have the freedom to say it. But you do not have the freedom of not having of repercussions.
Yes.
And that's what people don't realize is there are repercussions. Like you can't be jailed for calling someone a something. I'm
hate speech.
Yeah.
Because that is like a sub thing. Like you have freedom of speech unless it's hate speech.
Shut up, Rico. Shut up.
But I had to go smack a palm tree to get some Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I bet.
So do you agree, Rico, with the Twitter ban? Well, so not the way that they've done it. So, but just what they've done. Obviously, you brought up the Ayatollah thing. I think he should also be banned. But with them just banning President Trump.
No. I think this is a complete reaction to what is going on in D.C.
Do you think it was a pure business decision? They banned him to save face.
Yes. And everybody did. Definitely. And then YouTube and Twitch. When the fuck did President Trump ever get on Twitch? And he was like, oh my God, I'm killing all of these people in Gears of War. It's
not
huge.
It's not just gaming, though. It's news.
Yeah.
So
keep in mind, we're streaming on Twitch right now.
We're streaming on Twitch right now. It's not just gaming anymore. It's news and podcasts. So they used his account to stream any of the speeches, any of the rallies, and any of the press conferences.
You do no. You cannot. I get it. He said garbage shit. All right, we are all understanding of that. But for you to just be like, oh, we can't post on here anymore because we're going to take away his pulpit. He's the president of the United States. Do you understand that? At any time, he can go on NBC and ABC and go, listen here. Twitch is garbage. He can do that. He's the president. He doesn't need you. Does he like to utilize you? Yes, of course he does.
Well, yeah. So, but do you think it's within the rights to ban him?
Because
you were saying so with the impeachment thing. You were saying that they have a point with the impeachment and the incitement of violence. Do you then think that carries over to those people? Because do you think that what happened on the Capitol would have happened if he wouldn't have had the platform that he had?
Because Twitter has already set the expectation. Because Ayatollah Khomeini can still tweet about the complete destruction of Israel. And they go, well, we don't like it, but what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's the Ayatollah Khomeini. And then Donald Trump just goes, you know what? I don't like pretzels. And Twitter's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking... Pretzels are the best snack in the world. We're shutting down Donald Trump, and we're shutting down potato chips. It's Big Potato Chip that is making him say this.
We all know it's a little bit more than that. That wasn't the question that I asked. The question I asked was, do you think that what happened at the Capitol would have happened if we didn't have...
I'm a Republican. I can dodge the question.
Yeah.
I won't dodge the question. Yes, it would have happened because the people were there anyway.
No. I mean, at all. So I don't mean just like that day he didn't have access. I mean the past couple months since the election. If he didn't have Twitter, especially Twitter, because that's his favorite, to spread all of this, do you think it would have been as bad?
I'm glad Donald Trump... God, this is going to be controversial. Holy shit. I'm glad Donald Trump was on Twitter.
Okay.
I think that the way that the media reacted to Donald Trump winning the presidency and the way they just went, okay, we are going to attack this full frontal, is Twitter was the way that he was actually able to engage with his... I don't want to just say supporters, but even the people who were detrimental to him.
Yeah, I heard one person say today on the news,
voice.
You could hear, you knew what he was thinking.
Yes.
And now that he's off of it, you don't know what he's thinking.
No.
It's scary.
And that's terrifying.
Because
guess what?
Free speech.
2 years ago, you were just like, oh, I know exactly where he stands on it, and I disagree with it. And now you're like, I don't know where he stands on this, and I'm terrified.
Which, by the way, red flag for also boyfriends and presidents. Future references.
Stop. Let him tweet. Let him do all that thing. It's what's the bird with the feathers? It's such for NBC.
A peacock?
Yeah, it's peacocking. It's that, oh, we're not going to let him do this. Oh, we're going to... Like, Twitch. I understand. We're on Twitch.
Why are you shitting on Twitch?
Because Donald Trump doesn't use Twitch. He doesn't give a fuck about Twitch. And yet Twitch is like, we don't want Donald Trump on us. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't know you exist. He doesn't know you are a thing. And yet you're saying we don't want him on our system? Are you kidding me? He doesn't give a shit about you. He gives a shit about Twitter and Facebook. Things that matter. Platforms that matter. Oh, congratulations. You make $2.4 million being the biggest streamer on Twitch. He is a billionaire who is president. He doesn't care about you. But Twitch is going, we don't want president. We don't want him on our system. He doesn't want to be on you. You're below him. But they joined it. They joined it because exactly that, Cody. They want to be part of that parade and just be like, oh, yeah, we're not going to let President Trump be on us. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
So I slightly agree.
I bet you do.
Well, the way I see it is that, again, this one man, right, he has his followers. If they're not going to incite violence or hate because of what he's saying, they're using him as a patsy to feel right about what they already feel.
Yeah.
They already feel that way. No one was ever like, you know what? I kind of love everyone. Like, I'm not racist. I love everyone. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of living a good life. And then they heard Donald Trump in the background. They're like, fuck everyone.
You're right. You're right. I was super peaceful before, and now I want to invade the Capitol building. You're right.
The Dalai Lama's not sitting there meditating, heard him through the ether and was like, let's get this shit done.
Donald Trump didn't do that to that person. But don't worry, if you ask the wrong people, yes, he did.
Yeah, so I don't think him having that platform, and a majority of us, even when he had it and him being the president, we're just like, it's crazy shit that the president's fucking posting again. And the people who already want to listen to him were the ones that were retweeting him and giving it power. So just because he's not on there doesn't mean that they're still not going to find this information or feel this way. You're not going to take away the hate that is spurred from those people from removing him from it because it's already there. So you might as well just give him a voice. But also, it is 100% their right as a company to take his voice away.
It is. I agree. I don't understand how you allow certain people on Twitter and not Donald Trump and just be like, oh, he enforces hate speech. One, he never had said those things on Twitter. He said them on TV when he was giving a speech. He was like, hey, we're going to march down to the Capitol building and do dumb shit. Like, don't do dumb shit, right? He tried to use Twitter. I'm pretty sure I quoted the man. He tried to use Twitter to make it better, and Twitter just took this reason to get him off. Yeah. I think this was I don't want to say it was Jack Dorsey, but it was that company who was like, he is so ingrained with using our product to spread his message that we don't agree with, that we, the Twitter board of executives, don't agree with. And we're going to use this example. He now he's getting impeached. And don't get me wrong. Again, going back to the beginning of this, which was an hour and a half ago. All right. No one agrees with what he said. But are you kidding me? He goes, we're going to march to the Capitol because these people don't care about your votes. That's what he said. And the Ayatollah Khomeini is going, we need to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. And Twitter goes, that's freedom of speech.
I don't
Looks
agree
good
with
to me.
Yeah, I don't agree with the hypocrisy.
He's not covered. He's not covered by freedom of speech because that's an American right. That's an American right. It is a constitutional right. And guess what? If you're not American, you're not covered by the Constitution. And guess what? That son of a bitch is not covered by the Constitution.
But now they're a private company.
What?
You just mentioned the protection of the Constitution, but that doesn't matter. They're a private company. They don't have to.
No. I meant the Ayatollah.
Yeah.
Why are you comparing the Ayatollah?
Because they're a private company. So they're not required to follow the Constitution because they're a private company.
Cody, I'm really tired of you poking holes in my argument. All right? I'm really tired of it. And frankly, I'm sick of it. and me.
Well, think better.
So here I am, as a Republican, I demand an apology.
Yeah, well, as a libertarian, go fuck yourself.
Hey, you fucking porcupine.
I'd stayed on brand.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't argue with that. I don't agree with his argument, but it's sound.
But there's no holes.
I have zero problem with it. I was going off on a rant, and he called me on it, and I'm not happy about it.
See, we can come together, people. Grant wanted to know what the fuck was up with your background. McCready, that is the Capitol building with soldiers sleeping in the background.
I am reporting live from the Capitol building.
And none of them have moved for an hour and a half.
They're sleeping. Well, fair enough. They're sleeping soldiers. All right. There's Congress people who don't give a fuck about these sleeping soldiers. They might be like, hey, I'm going to buy you 15 pizzas. But that's all. Mind you, these people vote for their own races. And guess what? They voted against our races this year. Can you imagine that?
I thought we got 3% this year.
No. They froze it. They froze it. It's like the first thing Biden did. It's like they're like, Biden, you won the election. He's like, don't pay the soldiers.
Was it also in a whole bill, though?
No, I'm
it
pretty
was
sure.
in a whole bill of other shit. It wasn't just by itself.
No. I'm pretty sure it was just by itself. They're like, do you want to pay soldiers more money?
Never just by itself.
Of course not. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the last thing? We got paid $600, but we paid the Afghans $45 million because we told them not to rape each other. All right? That's what we spent the money on. And
It's
guess what?
worked so well for the army. Why not for Afghanistan?
Cody, guess what they're going to continue to do?
Is it rape? Is it rape people?
They're going to continue to rape each other.
So I have to go here in about 10 minutes. So
Why? I have nothing better to do. What time is it? Holy shit, it's not even 9 o'clock my time. What do you want to talk about? Huh?
I was going to ask you, do you have a thing that you wanted to hit off your notes before we leave?
No, I actually think we hit it all.
I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, I think we did too.
We went off some tangents, but
Yeah, it's fair. I was thinking about this the other day. It was like, you remember when we first started this podcast and we talked about Rico's rants? I'm pretty sure this podcast has just turned into, I don't know, Tyler's
frustrations.
Yeah, exactly. Tyler telling you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh my God.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that Rico has been quiet this time. It's not because we're keeping him down. He's just, he's working with some spotty Wi-Fi.
No. He's on vacation. Come on.
Yeah.
He is taking time out of his. He's taking time out of his vacation.
Great Wi-Fi.
No, God bless him. He's taking time out of his vacation to join us. Thank you, Rico.
You're welcome for my service.
It's so much better to do. But I don't have anything. Rico, what about you?
My service is pretty crap right now, so I got nothing. Unless you wanted to have the sound of two calculators fucking.
Well,
what does that sound like? You know what? I'm interested.
Like an Autobot.
Let's hear it.
I'm game. But I think we talked about a lot. As always, people don't. So the one thing that I hear a lot is people say that I don't listen to the news, I don't read the news, because I don't like to bother myself with that. Right? It's frustrating, or it's anxiety rising, or it's just too much. And I understand it. I fucking get it. My wife has to listen to my kitchen rants while I'm cooking, and I'm listening to Fox News, and someone will say something, or even CNN, and someone will say something. I'm like, that's not how fucking life works. Who taught you how things work? And she has to deal with that. But I'm taking the time to try to learn and educate myself. And I think 100% factual belief of mine is that if we all read and took in a little bit more information and didn't just try to ignore what was going on in the world and actually try to formulate our own fucking opinion, we would be in a better place than we are right now. And the reason why so many people can get manipulated to do dumb shit like the Capitol building event in insurrection is because they don't take that time to educate themselves, to formulate their own opinions, and they follow the word of someone else. And I don't mean just, branch out and listen to another news source. I mean, actually, look into it. You know how many times I'll be listening to the news and they say something, I go, what about that? And then I Google it and I look at something else that then disproves or proves that. That's what we should do. We need to do more of that. Because otherwise you just end up like this fucking cuck.
Let me say something. All right, before we sign off.
Do one last thing.
I said it before. It makes it sound like the right wing is going to be the troublemakers, right, over this next week. And the right wing is the one that is the party of we support the police. We support our troops. If you actually support your troops and if you actually support your police, do not do anything stupid. Stay away from the Capitol. Stay away from your state capital. Stop being violent. Don't do dumb shit. I get it. You're upset that Donald Trump didn't win presidency again. I would have liked him to be president again too. He's not. support your troops, support your police. Do not do anything fucking dumb. Stay at home. And that's it. Don't watch the inauguration then. Don't. I watched the inauguration when Trump was president. I thought it was cool because I voted for him and he won. Then just don't watch it. And like ABC will be like, oh, 9 people watched. I don't give a shit. Don't do dumb shit. That's the biggest thing I can tell you.
And if you are going to go to a protest at your Capitol building to support whatever it is, and someone has an inkling of douchey movements in their eyes, take that person out immediately.
Karate chop them in the throat. It sucks. You ever been karate chopped in the throat, like right in the Adam's apple? It goes right back into your throat, and you just fucking choke. And they're just like, let's march on the Capitol. And they're just like,
yeah. As soon as you hear some dumb shit, if they're like, screw Biden, Mike Pence, blah, blah, okay, cool. We're doing good. We're marching down the street. They're saying, fuck that guy.
This is the safety brief.
Okay, we're doing fine. And then all of a sudden, some dude picks up a brick and goes, get the cops. You take that guy out immediately, right at the knee, sweep the leg, Johnny, Cobra Kai, no mercy. Just fuck him up.
Don't drink and drive. Don't fuck anything that's not yours.
Don't fry bacon naked.
Like, this is the thing. And this is the shitty part, is because that's exactly right. Because guess what? At the end of every week, you have a safety brief, and it's dumb as fuck. And they tell you things you know you're not supposed to do. And here we are trying to tell people, the like 13 people who watch this show, going, don't do dumb shit. Don't do dumb shit. It's the simplest thing in the world.
And honestly, all 13 of the people that watch this show are the ones that wouldn't do dumb shit.
No, but they're telling you to stay away. Like Biden, because he's 1,000 years old. He's like, don't even come close. I might sneeze and give you, I don't know, the Black Plague. Don't go near it. And they're gonna plant American flags or something where people would be standing. Good. Let it happen. I don't care. Well, also, stay away from dumb shit.
They have the good excuse due to COVID that they're also just limiting people being there altogether. So it's kind of a apropos thing to keep people out of the inauguration area. Who cares?
I hope COVID kills the dumb people. All right?
I mean, I agree. So, wrapping up.
Rhodes, when is your bout?
So a little bit of information for you guys that are currently watching. I'm doing a submission FC. It's a submission Brazilian jiu-jitsu fight. We're not kicking or punching each other in the face. It's just submission grappling.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a sub.
Yeah, I'm gonna power bottom the shit out of this.
Right? I knew it.
Subscribe.
Look up Donkey Guard. Just look up Donkey Guard. That's my go-to.
Cody's fighting under the name of Johnny Sins. Just fucking turn off your private settings and just search Johnny Sins and then image search that shit. All right, nothing will happen. All right,
nothing bad and or sinister.
Nope. Johnny Sins.
So I am fighting on the 24th. I'm gonna try to see if we can stream it because. The people that are hosting the fight, the promoters, they are streaming it. So the fight will be up on their page. Maybe we can link it to ours. And the fights are happening from like noon to 3 o'clock Texas time. So that means you guys would be available to commentate on it. If you want, we can link that up. We can do that. So. Oh
God, that would be very rude. That would be very bad.
Johnny Simps, not fucking bad, Ramball. Not fucking.
That's really good. I only have 8% battery though, so let's wrap.
All right. So yes, I have my fight on the 24th. Hopefully I do well. They contacted me to do this fight, and it's against a blue belt. I'm currently a white belt, so I'm stepping up a rank. So hopefully it'll go well. I'm excited.
Stay in touch. Just pay attention to the page because Cody will put everything on the page. So if you're interested in any of this, like he'll put it on the webpage.
Yep, I will keep you guys up to date. Raising sponsorship money. I'm training every day. I'm trying to get ready for this. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I come out on top. I win a little money if I do. If I don't, it's a good experience for myself. So we will get there. It's my first legit actual fight, so we'll see. So
We'll see.
Like, share, and subscribe to the page if you guys like the random bullshit that we happen to spew out of our
Share
mouth.
this shit. All right. This was a good episode. Put it out there on the internet.
Actually,
all right. We had thoughts. I took notes. I gave a shit about this. Put it out on the internet. I don't give a shit.
Support First Brain.
If you have a liberal friend who's like, oh, I don't care, send them this episode. All right? We make you think.
Thank you guys. Love you. Peace.